Everything starts with an idea. Everybody has ideas every day. Difference is when we actually take action on the ideas that we have.
The idea of swimming across Lake Ontario was on my mind for quite a long time, but I did not have an answer for an important question. Why? I worked hard to find the right answer for that question, and what I have learned is that the answer is what keeps me going every day.
So after that, once you have the answer for the why, then you have heard many times everywhere that you had to work hard, that you had to be focused, that you had to have passions for what you do. Otherwise, things don't happen. So you needed a goal to do that, because the goal is the destination. The other things are going to help you to get to this destination, but it's really, really important. That was the goal. But I didn't have the motivation until this happened. And this is why the whole thing became much more important. There was a family in the Middle East that was having a holiday East Toronto. It was Kingston, Gananoque. And the 11-year-old girl went into the pool and started drowning because she didn't know how to swim. I knew that I couldn't do this alone, and I needed the help of many people. And if I wouldn't gather the help, I wouldn't be able to be successful. Nobody can do what they do alone. The fact that I have the team that I have was what made me successful. Anyways, we came up with a plan, and then we started working, and we swam, and we swam, and we swam. And then you just go and swim the lake. And it seems like it's easy, but it's not. Because there's always this thing looming that is failure. And over the whole time, I have a lot of mini failures. The first time that I wanted to swim 10 kilometers again, it didn't happen, and it didn't happen for a month. I got sick, and I couldn't handle it, and then I didn't have enough time. Before I get to that point, I had to deal with bigger failures in my life. And I think that that's what actually helped me to succeed at what I do and what I had done before. Because one of the examples that I remember is how I trained all my life in swimming, only to later in life understand that I'm not a swimmer. Like, I would have never been fast enough to be at the Olympic Games as I wanted. And I was feeling that I was a failure because I couldn't do things that I set in my mind. However, I learned a lot on the process, and failing gave me this desire, this drive that I cannot be beaten by this. I had to move on. And if it's not this, then it's something else. And then I move on, and I went to modern pentathlon. And I was a good swimmer there because pentathlons don't swim really well. So I was selected to go to the Olympic Games in Barcelona in 1992. And in March of that year, being part of the national team, being the bronze medalist at the World Championships, I broke my ankle, and I didn't go. It took me over 10 years to get over the fact that I was a failure, because once again, I spent a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of resources of many people and myself to be there,
And I did not make it.
However, again, I didn't go, but there was something in me that was telling me that I could do something beyond that. And this almost reaching gave me the drive to continue to do these things.
And I truly believe that persistence became the name of the game. That stubbornness that my parents complained about when I was a child became my ally.
When we feel that things are not going our way, it's just take it as something positive, because you can actually move forward from it. Being persistent, just not giving in to those things, was very important. There was a part during the swim, the water became really cold for about 4 hours. But the only thing that kept me there is, one, there was people that already pledged money for what I was doing to keep these programs for kids to swim. And then when I was really, really sore after a few hours in the cold, I just told Kendra, and her words were, yeah, I just need to go for another half an hour. And then every half an hour, she just told me what I needed to hear to keep me there, when I actually wanted to just get out. Like I wanted to tell them, just get me out of here. I do believe that the persistence is the #1 reason for success.
My immigration process is an example of how persistence pays off.
In 2000, I applied for the first time to the Quebec government to be an immigrant there. And because of my level of French, they say no. And at that moment, my answer inside me was, no, not yet. And then I sent more than 100 letters until one person actually responded to me. And the rest is history. I'm here. and but it was this persistence, because the persistence allowed me to turn a no into a not yet, and then do what I needed to do to make it a yes. But when people actually believe in what you believe, then people are drawn to what you do, and that brings you success, because they want to be successful. So because they're around you, then you are successful as well. And that's something really important, the network that we can create with successful people, because we're always looking for it. This is part of my success, that I get to organize races like this, that I get to teach people and enjoy what I do the way I do it, that we go into sunsets and into sunrises now for a living. Like, I'm in the lake, and it's a beautiful thing to do. I am very privileged and very, very lucky that I'm getting to do these things. And that is what I can call success.